go. Get this out. Go. Now I can finally get my Reaver encased in darkness. Ah, of course, I forgot about these guys. And we got the Dark Reaver. Now we can set about solving all the puzzles. Well, when it comes to space bricks, whenever I build a miner, it usually ends up looking like a brick. I just make a large space brick with a bunch of drills in the front. Okay, was there a reason for me going this way? I was supposed to go back. Or did I jump up and just didn't notice? Oh, I am going the right way. I am going the right way. I get lost a lot. I read chat and then I just lose my place. It's not helping that certain places in here look so similar. Excuse me. And Dark Bridge. Okay. Got the mirror. If I'm not mistaken. We need to bring through this corridor anyway. Yep, that's where it goes. And now I can open up these gates as well. Okay, perfect. Now I just need to set everything up. And that's the end of this riddle. One. Modded Space Engineers can be awesome. It has a similar issue like Kerbal. When you put in too many mods, the stability goes out the window, but it can be very fun. There we go. And now I just need to get the star, and that's it. If I wasn't being so silly and paid more attention to where I was walking, this wouldn't have lasted this long. Because this puzzle isn't exactly difficult, I was just being blind. Well, I don't like sharing this room with you guys, so... There we go. Now this is timed. Oh, come on! There we go. That's it. Puzzle solved. Most of the, well, I'm not gonna say most, but a lot of the riddles in Soul Reaver to have this running theme of the end item being at the end of a long corridor, and you just have to get it all the way back to the beginning of that corridor to solve the riddle. And here we go.
I plunged the Reaver into the forge and imbued the blade with the elemental power of light. Thus armed, I now had the means to re-enter the stronghold and finally use Mobius's time-streaming device to accomplish my own ends.
Yeah, there are no pickups in this game. You automatically get more health as you solve these temples. And that's it. Now we have 2 of the 6 elements. I think there are 6. 6 or 5, I'm not sure. Okay, before we go in, actually not before, I have to go there anyway. I want to save my game, but I'm wondering if the save point is on this side of the lake or the other side of the lake. I would say it's probably on the other side. Which is the side I have to go anyway, so that works for me. Oh, the door is closed. I need to open up the door again. What? Am I just being dumb? Yes, I am being dumb. It was not the door. Up. Okay, so let me look around. That's where the save point is, that's where we need to go. Because I don't trust this game to remain stable, so save game it is. There we go, that's sorted out. Well, Vic, I also hope you can join in on Wednesday. We will be continuing Warcraft 3. And we're back in the fortress. I'm on the wrong side of the fortress. Hello, you remember me? Well, this one works like a flashlight. Oops, and that's a head off. Well, it'll be recorded if you don't get to be part of it, Vic, so you can always watch it later, but if you can, it'll be wonderful to see you here, but if you have visitors, that's fine. Oh, you... Ooh. Okay. So that opened up this door. We're back in the chapel. I don't think I need to get through these guys. And I can't... Can I go to the chapel? Yeah, I can.
Show yourself, Kain.
Here, Raziel. Everything is decided here. You cannot comprehend the magnitude, the rapture, and the tragedy of this moment. And yet you must, if Nosgoth is to be dragged from the wreckage of its damnation.
I understand only this, Kain. That you and Mobius have impelled me to this moment simply means I can trust neither of you. I don't know who's pulling the strings, but it no longer matters, because I'm cutting them. I set my own course from here.
If it were only that simple.
Your fatalism is tiresome, Kain.
And profoundly ingrained, Raziel. You must understand, our presence here doesn't alter history. You and I meet here because we are compelled to. We have always met here. History is irredeemable. Drop a stone into a rushing river. The current simply courses around it and flows on as if the obstruction were never there. You and I are pebbles, Raziel, and have even less hope of disrupting the time stream. The continuum of history is simply too strong, too resilient. Except, then how do we explain William here? The beloved boy king turned tyrant. In my youth, I witnessed William's rise to power and his transformation into the nemesis who laid waste to Nosgoth.
Keep your distance, Kain.
Years later, I stumble upon a chance to journey back in history, unaware that the entire affair has been carefully orchestrated by Mobius. In my wisdom, I seize this opportunity to murder the young king before he can ravage Nosgoth, and thereby provide the catalyst Mobius needs to ignite a genocidal war against our race.
I warn you, no further.
This one reckless act unravels the skein of history. The nemesis never becomes the nemesis. William dies a martyred saint. I, the vampire assassin, become the author of my own species' extinction, and Mobius profits from it all. I destroyed a tyrant only to create one far worse. But how can it be so? How, if history is immutable? The answer is here in this room, Raziel. Mobius propelled William and me together, but ensured first that we were both armed with the Soul Reaver. The Reaver is the key. Two incarnations of the blade meet in time and space. A paradox is created, a temporal distortion powerful enough to derail history.
Is this your sorcery?
Not mine, Raziel. Yours. You have nothing to fear from me, Raziel. You hold all the cards.
then perhaps I should test your sincerity. If what you say is true, you should be terrified. I could kill you here and now.
And so you do, Raziel.
What's happening?
We're hurtling towards our destinies, Raziel. What you feel is the pull of history rushing to meet us. This is where history and destiny collide. If you truly believe in free will, Raziel, now is the time to prove it. Kill me now, and we both become pawns of history, dragged down the path of an artificial destiny. I was ordained to assume the role of Balanced Guardian in Nosgoth, while you were destined to be its savior. But the map of my fate was redrawn by Mobius, and so in turn was yours.
This is madness!
Fight it, Raziel. This moment does not have to be an ending. It can become a prelude.
I can't.
You can, Raziel. Look inside and see that it is so. You have the power to reshape our inevitable futures. Poor William.
What is this?
History, a pause, a paradox, Raziel. Even now, the time stream strains to divert itself, finding its old course blocked by your refusal to destroy me. The future is reshuffling itself to accommodate your monumental decision. This is where we restore ourselves, Raziel, and reclaim our intended destinies. It may yet be possible for me to assume my role as Balanced Guardian and return the pillars to their rightful inheritors.
To the vampires. And this is the destiny you have urged me to discover. I don't know what game you and Mobius are playing, Kain, but I refuse to be your pawn. Unlike you, I still revere whatever shred of humanity I've managed to preserve. You will not use me as the instrument of your messianic delusions.
Very well, Raziel. I'll not ask you to trust me. Your truths are for you to discover alone.
Humble words for one who presumes to teach me a lesson at every turn.
And continue your journey and learn your own lessons, Raziel. Remember, Mobius led you here, but you walk away unfettered. A champion of free will and conqueror of false histories. There is much more for you to unearth, if you have the heart for the truth and the will to see it.
Okay, so now that the cinematic is over, I can explain what just happened. So the cinematics are not drunk. That whole thing where it goes wong, you can see it's still happening if I walk closer to here. That's because of a paradox. So Kain just explained a very important point in how the history was being able to be changed by Mobius. You can't actually change history in Soul Reaver's universe, in Legacy of Kain universe. It's impossible. The history is too strong for you to change it. So whatever you do, it's pointless. It's just gonna end up in the same way. The only way you can change it is if you introduce a paradox. And that's what Mobius did. When he sent Kain back in the past, and they were both armed with the Soul Reaver, that created a paradox, and that was the only thing strong enough to change the past. And whenever Raziel walks closer to the physical Soul Reaver, again the paradox is created because he is the Soul Reaver. He has the one imbued into his arm. So, again, a paradox. And now, it is revealed essentially why Kain threw Raziel into the abyss. It is implied that when Raziel sprouted wings, that wasn't evolution, that was simply ascension. Raziel was the first of the vampires to be ascended back to what Janos was, essentially an ancient vampire. So, Kain threw him into the abyss because that was one way to make sure that he's gonna be reborn as a angel of darkness, essentially. Raziel is the only creature in the Nosgoth that actually is unbound by history. He has free will. He is the only creature in the entirety of Nosgoth that has true free will. He can act regardless of history, and that's what that scene just was. The history demanded that Raziel kills Kain, but Raziel refused. He managed to fight it off. And generally my time now with this is... Oh. Which gate is the correct gate? I don't even know anymore. I think that one. So the stream should be over, but I'm gonna try to play until the next save point, because this game can only be saved at save points, so it's kind of annoying in that regard. Okay, I can't pass through here. Oh, I maybe probably have to kill all of these guys before I can proceed. Because I have to find my way back to the beginning of the game. Yeah, I probably have to kill all of these guys. Might be that I'm actually looking at the wrong door and that this isn't the door I'm supposed to go through.
Here it comes. Die, beast.
That door leads back to the docks.
Seize him.
And I don't see a switch anywhere. So maybe I'm wrong.